Well, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Brand image, customer experience, customer engagement. Now, so many people have been sending little messages, little thank yous for the last video, how raw and how passionate it was. But they've also been asking a few questions. Now, if you remember the last video, I was incredibly passionate about how a business could basically be so stupid by not listening to its customers. Now I need you to take you back, well, several videos to be fair. We talked about who are you, what do you do, who do you do it for, and your legacy. Well, that's a simple, the 5 key points of business, that's in the book. 5 key points of personal development. I'm an NLP practitioner. I work with people, I'm a coach. But what we've got to understand is I've spoken many times about your business being your baby. Now, it was a conversation I had with a client the other day. Now, as some of you know, I've got a little goddaughter who thinks sort of 6, 7, 8 years of age. And there comes a point in her life where she doesn't listen to mum and dad. She listens to friends. She's influenced by her surroundings. Now, you're going to ask me, and why is this relevant? Well, it is very relevant. When you have a baby, the toddler, the baby, is very much influenced by the mum and dad and the family and the godparents and everything else. But when they start moving up, they start then getting influenced about their surroundings, the world about them. And then they become a teenager. And teenagers rebel against everything. So if your business is in those teenage stages, you know, maybe 10, 11 years, maybe even a little bit older, your business is going to rely on a lot more external influences, and it should rely on a lot more external influences. At the end of the day, I was a teenager, paid no attention to my parents, but my friends and the people around me, they were the ones I listened to. I was listening to different music, I was listening to different magazines, I was going to different events because I wanted to feel myself and go out and explore. And your business is the same. So please look at your business like it's a baby, a child growing up. When it gets to a certain position that it runs itself, you shouldn't be there to prod it with a stick and say, oh no, I want to go this way. You're the parent. You now become a guardian. Hence the board of directors. I sit on a board as a non-executive director, and I keep having the same question. We're there to guide it. We're there to put a roof over its head. We're not there to tell it what to do. The customers, the environment tell the business how to adapt, how to change. It's a bit like in some respects in the motor trade, and I do a lot in the motor trade. Once you've established your business and the customers are coming back in, the directors just kind of like, yeah, okay, we've got a roof over our head. What are the external? Well, we've got to do this legislation or this legislation. We've got to have this MOT test. We've got this deciding factor. We've got this legislation. We kind of look as a board of directors as to, yeah, we kind of aim the business. But the customers and the staff drive the business. And if we start imposing too much, it's not going to happen. So it comes back to that golf venue, and I'm going to be honest with you, it was a golf venue that got me so heated. The customers are driving the business forward. It's a bit like having a cruise ship. You've just got to, have a direction to go in. You want customers. You can't turn a cruise ship round like that. And if you've got momentum, that's the most important thing. You've got the right momentum. Your customers want to take your business forward. So why would you want to change that? Why wouldn't you want to embrace that, increase the speed, increase the enjoyment? And I struggle with it because obviously so many people said, and it was amazing, how much passion you have for this business. And it's not even yours, your help. And I said, well, every business I go and help is passionate to me because it's about teaching. It's about getting them to develop. And the customers develop. So I want you to come back, the development. You have a baby, you have a toddler, you have preschool, you have whatever, you have a teenager. And teenagers all rebel. Just look in the mirror, realise what you were like as a teenager. But I want you to kind of understand that when you get to a certain point, the business runs itself. You don't have to be there. And if you need to be there, there's a problem. But the business should run itself. Phones will get answered because the staff are there and it's got a general direction. So give or take 6, 7 months of you not being there, other than some of the bills won't get paid, But the accounts department will deal with that. But I need you to understand the direction, the focus, and who's carrying this business. You've built it up and it's your idea, and I'm not taking that away from you. Like with my businesses, I've built them up, other people have come in some cases we've sold them on. You know, we've had people come on board, we've got them together, the business has started to grow. There's a demand, there's a need, okay? This is far outstretching where I am and what I knew, and I'm either along for the ride, I'm a passenger, or I'm actually guiding it. And in some cases, sold the business on, it's gone in a new direction, and whoa, absolutely amazing. But there's other businesses that I'm involved in, non-executive director stuff, where we're just kind of keeping the business there. We're a guiding light in some respects. We're like the grandparents of a business. Every time the business has a bit, I'll go and see my grandparents. You know what it's like as a teenager. And I make this comparison so many times. The business is rolling forward. The customers are giving you the momentum. You just slightly steer the ship. Just push it in a direction and see how it goes. See whether the momentum keeps up. So get your business. Understand what age your business is. Is it a rebelling teenager? Is it listening to, or should it be listening to outside influences? But also understand that if your business is rolling forward and you're just at the helm, it's not about you saying, I want to go there. No, the business is going that way. And if that's making money and that's being successful. So ask the business the question, who is the business? What is the business? What does the business do? Who does it do it for? And its legacy. Who does it do it for? You have to take yourself out of the business. And it's very difficult. Obviously, some of my haulage friends, and in some respects, the motor trade friends, their name is on the side of the truck. Their name is above their name is above the building. It's their building. It's their business. It's their family. And in some respects, it's harder for them to take that step back and say, who do we do it for? Our customers. Our customers. So yeah, there's a board of directors that kind of say, yeah, we've got to do this for Honda or Nissan or Suzuki. This is what we've got to do. These are the legislations. But our customers are rolling us through this way. So how do we just navigate it gently? But fundamentally, the customers are paying the wages. So who are you? What are you? Who are you doing it for? Who are you doing it for? What do you do? You put an industry, you've built a business, you've built a service. Your customers take you forward. So I need you to kind of understand where you are in this business. And a lot of people say, I manage the business. No, you take responsibility for the business. You manage the people. And I've always said there's two types of managers. The managers that manage the paperwork and the managers that manage the people. So at the end of the day, if you're a good manager, and very rare to be both, to be honest, but you're managing the direction, you're aiding the direction, the customers are taking you forward, there's a bit of a flow, you might have other people interjecting and going, right, we need this and we need this and we need this, but sooner or later you can't juggle all the balls and you have to give them to other people to juggle. And in some respects your definition of who you are, where you're going and what you're doing is actually said by your customers, and what the customers are embracing you need to support that. And you need to encourage growth and you need to encourage development. But the only people that are taking your business forward is the engine house. And the engine house of a business is its customers because they're buying it. So just bear that in mind, that it's about who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and your legacy. But understand that as the business. Understand where your business is. Are you the grandparents looking after a teenager, just letting it enjoy itself, external influences, or are you trying to micromanage? So anyway, I'm going to enjoy the sunshine, sat underneath you can see the sun coming through. Must go and get some suntan lotion. But enjoy your afternoon and we'll talk soon.